Okay, when you first open up Fusion, you're shown a screen like this, all your projects in it. And if you don't have a project, all you have to do is hit new. Now, Fusion refers to the drawings, the file that it creates as a project, because that's what it's actually designed for, is multiple projects. But in this case, we're just going to hit new or click on the one that is been created. I'm going to click on a new one, and you presented this diagram. Now, if you don't see this box, that means you've got the older version of Fusion and you should update. And in our case, we want to create hybrid design. I won't go into details on why we choose hybrid at this point, but just take my word for it. That's the one you want to use. Then create new. Up here is your browser. The document settings, you can change it from millimeters to inches. The hybrid design, you can if you in the future need to change it. You have name views, which we won't be using, and the origin. And the origin is this little thing right here. XY plane, your XZ plane, and your YZ plane. In other words, this is the bottom, right side, and front. So the first thing we're going to do is come up and save. And that will allow us to name our document. I'm going to call it ceramic rib. And you can have different locations. You can put it in, like I've made new folders, new projects. So you can do the same if you're going to be doing a lot of them, or you can just keep in the admin. Hit save, and now the file's name has been changed. Now, the first thing we have to do is we're going to create a sketch. This is how we manage it. But before we can do that, we have to import our image. So if you don't see these icons right here, and especially this one right here, just come up to solid and click on solid. These are all different types of environments by Fusion. We want solid. And you come over here and click on canvas. And what this does is it is going to import an image for us and place it on a canvas. And I'm going to insert from my computer and then come over here to go to where I keep image I want to import. In this case, it's in pictures, and it's this JPEG image down here. It can be JPEG, it can be PNG. We open it. We click the plane we want. It's almost always for making ribs, the down plane. Okay, so now I've got this image down here, and I've got these arrows. I can move it. I'm just going to move it there. So I have the image that I want, and I'm using a scroll bar right now to zoom in and out. I want to have my image close to the origin as possible. Okay, I'm doing a horizontal flip on it because I want to put the straight edge right there just to make it easier to work with. You notice we have the ruler in here. That comes next. If you want to rotate it, you have to hold down Control key on Windows and the Command key on the Macintosh with the mouse button, center mouse button, the scroll button, and that allows you to move it. Okay, I'm going to stand up straight like this, scrolling just a bit so I can see it, and to go up and down, hold the scroll button down. Now I need to calibrate this image to make this image the same size in Fusion as it is in the real world. And to do that, I come over here on Canvas, right-click on the image, I hit Calibrate. It says click the first point on the canvas plane. Well, that's right up here at 0. I go to the second point, because I know this is 100 millimeters, and I type in 100, and it automatically knows it's millimeters. That is the default measurement. And you notice it's gotten a lot. That's actually good, because now we know it's the same size in real life as it is in Fusion. So the next thing I have to do, is I'm going to go out just a bit, is make sure my origin is turned on. Yep, it is. Has the icon up there. I have to create a sketch, and then I have to choose which plane I want it on. You can see the planes right here, and I want it on that plane. You come over it, the bottom plane, the same one the image is on, click that, and it changes into my sketch screen. We want to create lines here, here, and there, and then a gentle curve there, and make sure we end on the point. Now, when I took this picture, the ruler over the end of the rib, but that's okay. We can fix that. I want to create a line. And then what I do is I start right down here, click and drag, make sure it's even, come up to that point, come over to this point, and that's slightly down, come back out, And I'm going to come down here to just before it starts. To stop the line tool, I hit the escape key. I come in here and make sure that I'm right. Yep, I'm right on. So now to do this gentle curve, I come up and I create, and you can see the different things. You can create a line, a midpoint line, a rectangle, a circle, an arc, a polygon, an ellipse, a slot, and a spline, and a conical curve, and a point and text. So I'm going to hit spline because this is the easiest one to fit these curves. So I'm going to hit, I want fit point spline. Click on the last white dot, come down, come down, come down, come down, and I want to zoom in now. Follow the curve, click twice, brings up the spline. If you don't click twice, spline won't come up. And then I hit the escape key, get out of the spline tool. And you notice these handles I have here? Well, I can come in and grab the point and move that just a bit so it fits exactly. If I have to adjust the curve, I can bring it in and out and adjust the curve so it fits exactly on the path. If I've done it correctly and correctly closed it, I will see that there's a blue image there. And to see it better, I'm just going to turn the canvas off for right now. And you can see the blue image. That means you close the image correctly. And so I do need the canvas for one more thing. I want to put the hole in. And to put the hole in, I just come over here and grab the circle, fit it in the middle, and draw the circle out. And we're going to make it 18 millimeters. And I can type in 18 off the keyboard, and then makes it exactly 18. If I want to change it, double tap on it and put in a new value. Well, now that that's done, I have made my rib. Now I have to do something called extrude it, which takes it out of the 2-dimensional space and puts it into the 3-dimensional space. So I click on my sketch. I can turn the canvas off now. Click that and hit E. Automatically closes the sketch and puts us back into 3D space. I'm going to twist this just a bit so we can see it. You see we have this arrow right down here, and the center is already, the circle is already cut out. So I just want to bring it up, and what I recommend is about 5 millimeters for a rib. And there we have our 3-dimensional. Now what we have to do is put the edge on here. And we do that with something called a chamfer. So I'm going to select this edge right there, select that edge, and then come up here to modify chamfer. And I want to chamfer it 2.5, which is half of my height. And then come over on this side, and I'm going to right click, edit feature, add another edge right here, and click 2.5, and it's done. So what I'm going to do now that I've extruded it, I need to put in the bevel here. So to do that, I'm going to come over here and select the curve line, come up to modify, select chamfer, type in 2.5. Yeah, and it looks good. Then I'm going to come down here and select this one, right click on this menu. I'm going to explain this bar down here in just a second. Edit feature, hold down the control key and click on that line. And we now have, you can see it, we have our almost, this side up here is not quite right. We're not going to fuss with that right now because that won't affect the use of it. So now we have that. So we want to come back up here and we're going to close this dialog box, and then we're going to soften up the edges so they're not so sharp. To do that, we're going to select this face, modify, fillet 2 is a good one, and that automatically curves that line. We're going to come over here, do the same thing. We'll select the edges, the 2 edges, do a fillet. That gives us what we wanted. Leave the bottom flat, and our rib is done. Now, what this is down here is our timeline. So if you make a mistake, you can go back into anywhere in the timeline and fix it. Like if I need to change my sketch, I can come back to the sketch icon, click on it, edit sketch, and it allows me to come in and edit the sketch. I can move it forward, finish the sketch. I can move it forward to any point. This is my extrude. If I need to change the extrude, just edit the sketch, edit feature, and I can change the extrude. You can move this window over. Unfortunately, it doesn't remember where it was, so you have to move it in every project. So you can go through here, and once we are done, we come up and we do a save, and then we select the body, and it's created. This is the body right here is selected. This is our canvas. We had sketches. This is the sketch we created. Now we're going to export it, but we save it. Now, every time you save, it creates a new version. So you can go back and pick up any version and work on it. So I come up here to File, Export. The default is for a Fusion 3D archive file. We don't want that. We want to come down here and select either STEP or STL. Either one of them works. I just happen to like STL better. The difference between the two is that a STEP is actually an editable format to bring it back in. But since I have this, I don't need STEP. And I want to put it, I'm putting it, I can go in, click right here and get the file dialog box. I'm going to create a new folder under my 3D projects, and I'm going to call it Rib Tutorial. I create it, export it. Now let's go in. What we're going to do right now is go over to the program I use to generate 3D printable files, and I'm going to create a new project. It'll be different on your machine depending on what you're using. I'm going to import, come over here to 3D Object. There's my Rib Tutorial. Open it, and there is my rib. And I'm just going to, so you can see, there it is. Now it should be straightened up at an angle like that. Now when you go to print these, you should use a brim. Each of your programs is different. What you're looking for is a brim, and that just puts a circle of plastic around it, so it will in fact hold up when it's printing like this. And that's all there is to it. Have fun.